Hi everyone, this is Kassie and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of April the 3rd to April the 9th. If you want to check out last week's predictions, you can click on the link above. And if you want to find me for a more personal and detailed consultation, you can always reach me on my website www.kassiekai.com, where you will also get 3 free minutes with your subscription. If you enjoy my videos and the way I interpret the cards, you can subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss anything new that comes up. Remember that every day I post the card of the day with a general prediction for the vibe of each day. But let's see what the future holds for us this week. For Aries, we had the Two of Swords and now it's the King of Cups. The Two of Swords shows some confusion, some indecisiveness, and maybe last week you had to make a choice that wasn't very easy to make, or for some of you the Two of Swords must have manifested as an agreement with someone and you managed to find common ground in a situation that was rather ambiguous or challenging. The Knight of Cups this week points to someone in your life who's a water sign or ascendant, Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer, and that could be a person who will play a key role in your life this week. The King of Cups is a love romance card, so you should expect some interesting and positive developments in your love life, but it can also be a supportive male presence, someone who will help you with an issue that you cannot resolve by your own. When it comes to feelings, the King of Cups shows love, romantic feelings, sexual desire, and strong attraction. So if you're wondering how someone feels about you, there is no doubt that your emotional connection is strong. This person is in touch with their feelings and they know what they want. So if things in your relationship have been confusing or unstable, you can expect that this week there will be more stability and more clarity. Kings always think to know what's best for us, for the rest of us, so some of you will be dealing with someone who's making all the decisions in your relationship and he thinks he knows better than you. That's something you may find frustrating, especially if you have different views on how things should happen. Generally, the King of Cups indicates that your personal relationships will be in your focus this week, and that could also be relationships with friends or with your family. The energy around your personal life will be positive, and that's why this is a good week to improve connections that have been challenging one way or another. For Taurus, we had the Wheel of Fortune and now it's the Six of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is a karmic card and shows a change and movement, so there must have been some interesting developments in your life last week, or something happened that had a karmic feel to it, or something started moving finally. The Six of Swords is also a card of movement. The Wheel of Fortune can move either forward or backward, but the Six of Swords is moving ahead. So if there has been a back and forth dynamic in a situation, in a relationship, this week you will experience progress and you will be moving away from a stressful situation. The Six of Swords is improvement, and if things have been difficult or challenging for you in any way, expect that now things will get better and negative energy will be released. If there are issues that have not been resolved, you will be able to take a break from all the trouble and maybe see a situation from a different perspective. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, this seems to be a transitional phase for them, and their feelings are not easily understood or they are not expressed. That's partly because they are reluctant to share their feelings or because communication is blocked for some reason. However, swords bring clarity of thought. That's why this will be a good week to put your thoughts in order and balance emotions with logic. Astrologically, the Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius. That's an emotionally detached placement for Mercury that represents our thoughts and our communications. So in the case that communications are off at this moment, you will get a chance to have a very clear and enlightening talk with someone. Just be sure that you are ready to hear what they have to say, because there won't be any sugarcoating. The Six of Swords indicates that the strong days of this week will be Tuesday and Saturday. For Gemini, we had the Empress and now it's the Magician. The Empress is someone who's probably an Earth, Sun or Ascendant, Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, so there must have been someone around you who has been helpful, supportive and nurturing, or perhaps there have been love and family matters that required your attention. The Magician can be someone who's an air Sun or Ascendant, Aquarius, Libra or Gemini, someone who will help you to develop your skills, or someone who will encourage you to go ahead with your plans, especially if you have been reluctant to do so. Since the Magician is also the trickster in tarot, I always suggest some caution when he appears in a reading, especially if there is someone in your life who is not consistent, someone who appears and disappears at will, and you never know where you stand with them. And if that's the case with you, this week you will probably have another reappearance and someone will resurface when you least expect it. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, they are interested in you and in some way they are feeling curious about your connection and about how things can develop between you. This curiosity means that they don't have clear or specific plans about how they want things to be, and they remain open to all possibilities. For that reason, you may find them inconsistent or confusing, but that's because they do want to explore your connection, but in a way that may feel a little inconsistent. If you're game for that and it's not totally averse to what you want in a relationship, it could pay off. Mercury is associated with the Magician, that's why the strong day of this week is Tuesday, +1 day. For Cancer, we had the Ace of Wands and now it's the Sun. Two fire cards. The Ace of Wands represents new beginnings, fresh energy that's coming into your life. So last week there must have been something new that appeared in your life, or you decided to start something new. Also, you must have received important information or messages, and now the Sun indicates that positive energies continue to be around you. The Sun represents what is good in life and what is good for you. So there will be some good vibes around you this week in the area of your life that you need. In your relationships or in your career or even in health matters, there seem to be improvement and signs that show positive things are on the way. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, they feel very happy around you, they have a good time with you, and there are warm feelings, attraction, and it's very likely that they are falling in love with you. You will spend some very pleasant moments with someone this week, and you will have fun with them. This person seems drawn to your positive energy, and they are very receptive to your aura. The Sun means that this is a good time to focus on self-care, especially if you have been neglecting your emotional or physical needs in any way. The Sun is a card of healing, so if you have been experiencing health issues, this is a message that your health will improve. Just be sure to do the right thing that will help you recover from emotional or physical ailments. This week you will be in the center of attention, so that's a good week to ask for favors at work or to ask for a promotion or a raise. Generally, the Sun brings clarity, as the light of the Sun illuminates everything in our world, so something that has been confusing or vague will make more sense now. The strong day of this week seems to be Sunday, which is the day of the Sun. For Leo, we had the Eight of Pentacles and now it's the World. The Eight of Pentacles is work, effort, and it represents our focus on the practical areas of our life. So perhaps last week you had to take care of practical issues, work or financial matters, but also the practical aspects of a relationship. The Eight of Pentacles indicates the late stages of a project, or it symbolizes a seasoned relationship that has been through many different phases. This week, with the World, something is coming to fruition, as this card indicates the completion of a matter. For some of you, the World is traveling, so it's possible that this week you will be traveling or you will be planning a trip that will happen in a few weeks from now. There might also be dealings with people who live in foreign countries, and that could manifest in your professional life as working with people abroad, or as expansion through international trade, for instance, or the internet, but in your personal life, the world often indicates a long-distance relationship or a connection with someone who lives away from you. If that's the case, this week there will be some interesting developments and a plan you had in mind will materialize. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, their feelings are strong and rich, as the world is an inclusive and holistic card, so it shows feelings that are deep and meaningful. If you have a new connection in your life, the world indicates there is potential for growth and a long-term relationship. This card is associated with different stages of our life, so for some of you it will manifest as the beginning of a new chapter, so either in your personal or in your professional life, you will feel that a stage is completed and a new stage is about to begin. An event that will happen in about 3 weeks from now will mark the beginning of this new stage, and there will probably be a significant meeting as well. The world foretells there will be a reward for your efforts, so expect that this will be a positive and productive week for you. For Virgo, it was the Page of Wands and now it's the Seven of Cups. The Page of Wands is new and fresh energy, and that's why it symbolizes either a new person that you met last week or a new beginning, a new idea you had that one way or another pushed you into action. The Page of Wands is a warm and optimistic vibe, so you must have experienced some positive moments last week when you felt excited about the future and a new project or energy that came into your life. Now, the Seven of Cups foretells that this week you will be exploring options and different possibilities, but that can cause some uncertainty or some confusion, as at times too many options can cause us to feel hesitation and uncertainty. The Seven of Cups is also daydreaming, so this week you will be thinking and dreaming about your goals that you want to achieve or things that you want to have. If you are wondering how someone feels about you, it appears there are different and maybe conflicting feelings. So one day they feel one way and another day another way, and that will be reflected on their behavior and the way they treat you. So don't be surprised if someone you're interested in is acting in ways that are rather confusing, but that's because they probably don't know what they want or they don't have solid plans yet. If you are looking for a job, the Seven of Cups shows there will be different options for you, but a little caution is needed because not all options will be good. So you will have to explore and choose the right one, the one that resonates the most. Astrologically, the Seven of Cups is Venus in Scorpio, so there will be great intensity in sexual and romantic matters. There will probably be a very magnetic encounter that will heal and or transform a romantic relationship. The strong days of this week will be Saturday and Sunday. For Libra, we had the Three of Cups and now it's the Page of Wands. The Three of Cups is basically the card of friendship, so it's very possible that friends of yours or people who are very close to you needed your attention or your help in some way. And the Three of Cups is generally a positive energy, so there must have been some good moments for you last week, moments that you felt loved and supported. The Three of Cups is also growth and progress, so you must have felt that something in your personal or professional life is progressing, and now this week with the Page of Wands there will be an opportunity or a new beginning or even an idea that will mark the beginning of action. Wands love action, so expect that this week will be busy and you will feel very active, inspired and motivated. Also, there might be someone who's a fire sign or ascendant, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, and that person will bring a very positive energy in your life one way or another. This may be someone who's younger than you or someone whose energy is very youthful and optimistic. Something to remember about pages is that they are the kids in tarot, and that's why they often show that someone may act in ways that are rather immature. So be a little cautious when you hear big words and don't get too attached too soon in people or situations. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they feel very attracted to you, they like you, and there's a strong sexual vibe between you. If this is a new relationship, they want to get to know you better, but if you are in a relationship already, the Page of Wands says that you may need to spice things up a little to bring fresh energy into this relationship, especially if things have been stale or boring lately. The strong part of this week seems to be the first part, so it's between Monday and Wednesday that you will experience the energy of this page more strongly. For Scorpio, we had the Five of Wands and now it's the Queen of Cups. The Five of Wands is a card of competitiveness, so last week you must have faced some competition and even some resistance from other people. In your professional life, that means there must have been people around you who were after the same goals, but in a competitive way. Or in your personal life, it could have manifested as power struggles between you and your partner. The Queen of Cups this week can be someone who's a water sign or ascendant, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and since that's a love card in tarot, it's very possible that your personal relationships will be in your focus this week. The Queen of Cups is a good sign for love, and especially when it comes to emotional expression. So if you're wondering how someone feels about you, there are feelings, there is love, and this week it's very possible they will talk about their feelings, or one way or another they will be able to express how they feel in a clear and meaningful way. So expect that there will be some interesting talks in your relationships this week, and someone who was guarded will now be more expressive and open to connecting with you. The Queen of Cups shows that this week beauty will be very important to you, so you may decide to make your home more beautiful, or you may decide to change your looks in some way, to get a new haircut or to adopt a new beauty routine. No matter what you decide to do, it will be beneficial for you and you will feel really good making positive changes for yourself. Under this energy, it's very important that you give yourself some self-love, because the more you love yourself, the more loving others will be to you. So try it if you haven't already, give yourself some self-love and self-care and see how that's changing the dynamics in your personal relationships. For Sagittarius, we had the Two of Pentacles and now it's the Queen of Swords. The Two of Pentacles is a card of options, and that's why last week you must have explored some options or you had to make a decision. Or for some of you, the Two of Pentacles is a situation that runs in a loop, repeating the same energies all the time, and that can be a little frustrating. But this week, the Queen of Swords will give you the necessary clarity and power to make a wise decision for you, a decision probably based on logic and not so much on emotions. Swords are cards of the mind, and they do show communication, messages, thoughts, so it's very possible that this week you will have a significant talk with someone, either about a choice you had to make last week or about an issue that has been troubling you for a while now. The Queen of Swords is someone who's an air sign or ascendant, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or she represents someone who's taking distance, either because they are away from you physically or because they are emotionally detached. That's why, if you're wondering how someone feels about you, they may appear to be cold or aloof, but that does not necessarily mean they have no feelings. It can mean that they don't want to talk about their feelings at this stage, or they don't want to express them. Swords court cards usually want to do what is right and fair, so the reason for that can be that they think that expressing their feelings is not the right thing to do at this stage, and by doing so, they could get hurt or someone else could get hurt. The Queen of Swords can be someone who holds a position of power, and that person will help you in your professional life or will help you to clarify a situation that has been confusing. The Queen of Swords can be a very strong ally by your side, so if you have such a person in your life, ask for their help if you need to, and help will be given to you. For Capricorn, we had the Knight of Pentacles and now it's the Death. The Knight of Pentacles shows slow but solid progress and is especially positive when it comes to career or financial matters, so last week those areas of your life required your attention, but the Knight of Pentacles is also someone who's an Earth sign or ascendant, and that person must have offered to you their support and help in one of those areas. or it could be your partner or the person you are interested in, and together you must have made some plans or you must have resolved some practical matters. Now, the Death card you got this week is a rather disruptive energy, so a plan you made last week may be disrupted in some way now, or the energy changed and there are some fears or some negative energies that make you feel unsure about whether you want to go ahead with it or not. The Death shows transformation, that's why it's very possible you will decide to make a deep change in something that wasn't working. And even though the process can be a little frustrating, at the same time it's much needed, especially if you kept running into obstacles that you couldn't seem to resolve. And that at times is a message from the universe that a change of course is needed. This card isn't very promising when it comes to feelings, so if you're wondering how someone feels about you, they are a bit negative at the moment, and the main reason for that is that there are some deep differences or incompatibilities in your connection that do not allow you to have a balanced and meaningful relationship with them. So it's clear that some adjustments, big or small, are needed if you want to continue with them. Otherwise, you will face one reverse aspect after another. The Death is associated with Scorpio, and that's why there might be a Scorpio sun or ascendant person in your life that will play a significant role this week, while in about 2 weeks there will be a change in the dynamics of a situation that can bring a big shift in how things are. For Aquarius, we had the Ten of Pentacles and now it's the Devil. The Ten of Pentacles, as all tens, shows something that comes to a head, and it's associated with practical, financial, and family matters, and at times with matters of property. So one of those areas must have required your attention last week, and perhaps a stage has been completed. The Devil that you got this week is a good card if career or money matters were in your focus, because the Devil is good when it comes to material concerns and ambitions. So this week you may get the chance to earn some extra money or to achieve something that you aimed for, and that will make you feel really good. For some of you, this will manifest as a large sum of money or that promotion you've been expecting. Now, when it comes to personal relationships, the Devil is a little tricky. Unless you are interested in a purely sexual relationship, which makes the Devil a beneficial card, the Devil indicates some challenges that usually come in the form of unhealthy patterns. So there may be a relationship in your life that's not really working, but at the same time you cannot move on from it. And you should consider whether this is truly love that you are feeling or an addiction, because under the energy of this card there are often obsessions and addictions that do not allow healthy growth. So if you're wondering how someone feels about you, there is no doubt the sexual attraction is very strong. However, they may be possessive and controlling towards you, or you may be that way towards another. In any case, there are some issues that need to be addressed and resolved, especially if you feel that someone is taking advantage of you in any way. The Devil is associated with Capricorn, that's why there might be someone in your life who's a Capricorn sun or ascendant, and that could be a person that has some control over you one way or another, or it could be someone who will help you with your plans in practical ways. For Pisces, we had the Four of Swords and now it's the Three of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of calmness and rest, and also recovery. So perhaps last week you decided to take some distance from a situation that appeared to be stressful, or you were recovering from a health issue. In any case, energies must have been slow, and that could be something that's positive for you, or some of you, under this energy you felt restless or impatient. The Three of Swords you got this week, it's as if you're taking a step back and you're reassessing a situation, as this 3 is the card before the 4, so it's like you're taking a look back this week. Now the Three of Swords is a card of separation, so maybe this week you will be thinking about a breakup that happened a while ago, or you are not happy in your relationship and you are having second thoughts about whether you should continue with someone or not. It's very possible that you will hear something or you will realize something that will help you make a decision. Now, I must say that the decision represented by these three usually is not a final one, and that's why after a while you may re-examine a situation, a relationship, to see how you feel about it and about what happened. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, there seems to be some distance and communication must be a little off at the moment. Also, there seem to be some hard feelings, so the Three of Swords is not a very good sign for relationships, and you may even be temporarily separated from this person. It's important that you don't chase after them or try to force things in any way, as that will probably generate more resistance on their end and more opposition. Astrologically, the Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra, which means that you won't be overly emotional this week, and you may even be called to be responsible in your role to one of your partnerships, personal or business. Saturn is about being serious, it's about learning a lesson or giving lessons. Try to deal with whatever comes up in a way that's disciplined. Wednesday seems to have a particular significance this week, so make a note for that day. So these were the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of April the 3rd to April the 9th. I hope you enjoyed them, and I will see you again next week. Have a great week.